Okay, this was yesterday, the 3rd of August, and decided to do a quick walk around the garden and show you how everything's doing. Here we are outside the front there, and see the strawberries are starting to grow back where the deer were eating them. And my flowers, they're doing so-so. It's really hard. We haven't had any rain in a couple of months, and trying to water them every night and get the right amount of water in those buckets is really a tough job. And the same with the raised beds. It's gotten down to, so we've been watering every night. One thing about raised beds is they have excellent drainage, and that does not help when there's a drought. The water runs right through them, and the plants suck up what they can, but the rest of it gets sucked right down into the ground, and it's a constant battle. We really do need rain, and you can see my tomatoes are a little bit overgrown. I didn't trim them back or anything this year. I figured I'd let them go, and they're totally loaded with tomatoes in there, but still not red. A couple red ones we've had, but still not the big load of them yet. So they are giant plants this year, and they're doing good. Here's the cherry tomatoes and the Principe. I planted some of those little black cherries this year, and oh my God, the first year I've tried them, and they are so flavorful. And here's my corn. That's about done. I picked it all. The yellow squash got the borers. They ate into the vines and killed them off. I still have to clean that up. Like I said, corn's about gone, but it was so-so this year. And, that's what it looks like out there. Now let's go inside. Those first two potato bins, we picked them, ate them just about. And there's the sweet potatoes. The Japanese beetles really like them, but they're doing good. Cucumbers here, they're terrible. I just can't keep enough water on them. You'd have to probably water them 3 times a day. Here's my Ajavarsky I'm letting go to seed to save some seeds. And as always, the peppers are doing spectacular. All the plants are loaded. They're really doing great. There's the beets. They're doing so-so. They're pretty good. And the edamames, they're kind of grown out over everything, but they're doing really good. We should have edamames in a week or two. And that first bed of zucchini there, that got some damage to the vines too. And the second bed just, isn't that great, but we've still been getting them. And these are the Ajavarsky Peppers, and as always, they are my star performer. These plants are just totally loaded with big peppers. Can't wait for them all to turn red, and they'll start grilling some of them. I love the roasted peppers on the grill. So you can see peppers, as always, they're doing perfect. They love all this dry weather, and they don't mind being watered once in a day. And my poor onions, they're about done. I'm going to have to pick them soon. You can see that they just are unbelievable this year. I've never had onions like this. We've been using them for weeks now and trying to thin them out, but still, I'll do a video about picking them soon, and also about curing the shallots and the garlic and stuff. I'll go into that a little bit too, because they've been picked now for a couple weeks and have all dried and they're ready to put into storage. Alright, here's some more tomato plants. These are the Amish paste here, and I do have some tomatoes ready to pick, but not many. More cucumbers. Same thing there with the cucumbers. They were supposed to grow up the fence and stuff, but just have a hard time keeping enough water on them. You'd have to have a sprinkler going constantly, I think, with the kind of weather we've had. And here's my Roma tomatoes. There's a bunch of tomatoes in there. Can't wait to start picking them. And here's a sunflower that just volunteered one that came back from last year, and I just love these sunflowers. They're my favorite. And you can see they just attract so many bees to the garden. We've got just such great pollination this year, and I think it's all caused by sunflowers attracting the bees. There's the okra, just starting to take off now. We should have some of them in a couple of weeks. And you can see there's dill all ready to go to seed there and stuff. But this bed here, I made the mistake of planting big sunflowers in with my cucumbers. I thought they were the shorter, fluffy sunflowers, but I guess I grabbed the wrong seeds, and Another problem there is those sunflowers suck all the moisture out whenever I water, and the cucumbers are dying. The carrots, I've been thinning them out some and, get some of the little ones to eat. And, they're not in the best shape, but they're doing good. And these are the strike beans. They're going to seed now, saving seeds for next year. So far this year, summer, I think we've had about a half an inch of water all summer. And that was it. So it's been a dry one. Eggplants are in big trouble. Those flea beetles are on them. Just about destroyed the plants now. There's one of them there. There's just millions of them on. It's unbelievable. I've tried neem oil. I tried even 7 dust. I've tried everything, and there's no way to get rid of them this year. They're like super flea beetles or something. But you can see they've pretty much destroyed all the eggplants. And these did start out as really beautiful plants. Luckily, we are, still getting some eggplants at them, but probably won't be many more. Like here's the rows of Biancas over there. They're not quite so bad as the rocky ones. But you can see they're still, just about done now from the bugs. And again, here's another bed of peppers. The Anaheims back here, they're about 4.5 feet tall and just loaded in there. And then there's some bell peppers and stuff like that in the front there that are doing really good. Some more peppers back in the corner there. They're all, loaded. And again, these cucumbers here, I made the mistake of putting the wrong sunflowers in them, so they're kind of shot already. So that's, pretty much it. That's a quick walk around of what's going on and, what I've been picking and what's going to be coming in the near future. And today I grabbed the last of the eggplants. Only a couple tomatoes today, but you can see these are going in the freezer shortly. And grab some more cukes to put in my pickle jug I've got going. And a couple corns for dinner. And let's walk out here in the front. This is one of those volunteer sunflowers, and I just love these things. You can see it's just, there's hundreds of bees on these when the sun comes out. It's just unbelievable how they attract the pollinators. And the bees are just loaded with that, the white or the yellow pollen when you see them. So they, they did do good this year. And it's funny because this was used to be like a orange sunflower that crossed with a brown sunflower, and it really came out pretty this year. So I guess they do intermingle somehow. And again, there's a couple bees on there. They just pollinate everything. So there we are looking up at the top, and those are the elderberry plants I put in the spring. They're doing good. The pear trees actually are starting to die back, I think, because I haven't put enough water on them. Getting a little nervous about, how much the well has in it. And that firewood is like dead dry now. It's all ready to start moving up soon. I can't believe it. And for my birthday, my sister had some lobsters shipped in from Maine. I couldn't believe it. What a great dinner that was. And key lime pie for dessert instead of birthday cake. That was a good one. And there's one of the BLTs I've had recently. Those big Paul Robeson dark tomatoes are so tasty. And there's a mixture of tomatoes from the other day, and onions. We're going to do some sausage and peppers and onions on the grill. So I went out and picked some of them. And there's a mixture of our peppers. They are just beautiful. And there's a couple more of the onions. And there's our corn. You can see some of it had trouble with the pollination. And it was okay tasting, but it wasn't fantastic. And here's some of the sausage and peppers and onions right off the grill. And that there are the eggplants I picked the other day. And the cucumbers, they went right in the crock. This is my second crock of pickles this summer. And there's some more eggplants going into the freezer from that batch. We will have a load of them in the freezer before the plants are gone. So just wanted to do a quick update and let everybody know how everything's doing. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.